up here at the top, I have, what's the name of this series? The House of Royal Shadows, which is a series of fairy tales rewritten for adults by different authors, which was really good. So the first one, Lord of the Vampires by Gina Showalter, Lord of Rage is by Jill Monroe, Lord of Wolfen is by Jessica Anderson, and Lord of the Abyss is by Nalini Stein, I think. Nalini Stein. That was a take on Beauty and the Beast, which was really well done. It was a very, very good book. Then I have 2 books by Julianne McLean, Captured by the Highlander and Claimed by the Highlander. And I've got all of my Kresley Cole novels, her Immortals After Dark series, which is amazing. I have A Hunger Like No Other, No Rest for the Wicked, Wicked Deeds on a Winter's Night, Dark Needs at Night's Edge, Dark Desires After Dusk, Kiss of a Demon King, Winter Kiss, which was 2 stories, one by her and one by Gina Showalter from her Alien Huntress series, which I've yet to read. So, then there is Pleasure of a Dark Prince, Demon from the Dark, and Dreams of a Dark Warrior. Her latest book is already out, but I'm waiting for it to come to paperback so it will fit with the rest of my series, so I can't wait for that to come to paperback. Then I have some of the Sookie Stackhouse series. I have Dead Until Dark, Living Dead in Dallas, Club Dead, Dead to the World. My friend is currently reading the 5th book. And then there's Definitely Dead and Altogether Dead, and these are all by Charlene Harris. I love that series. I watched the first season of True Blood 2, which is really good. It's a really good adaptation. Then I have 4 of the Guardians of Eternity series by Alexandria Ivy. When Darkness Comes, Embrace the Darkness, Darkness Everlasting, and Darkness Revealed. There's a couple more of those out, but I kind of lost base with the series because I didn't like the way that one ended. Okay, then we'll move over. And I have my Song of the Lioness Quartet by Tamora Pierce. So there's Elena, In the Hands of the Goddess, The Woman Who Rides Like a Man, and Lioness Rampant. That was a really good fantasy series. Another really good one was the Owl Trilogy by Mercedes Lackey and Larry Dixon. That's Owl Flight, Owl Sight, and Owl Night. I really like that series. I have 3 novels by Sherilyn Kenyon. I have the prequel to her Dark Hunter series, Fantasy Lover, and then the first 2 in her Dark Hunter series, Night Pleasures and Night Embrace. Then I have the Dragonfire series by Deborah Cook. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love this series. So there is Kiss of Fire, Kiss of Fury, Kiss of Fate. The white one that you probably can't read is Winter Kiss, Whisper Kiss, Darkfire Kiss, and Flashfire, which is her latest one. Oh my gosh. It's about dragon shifters. I know, I'm cool. And then I have some books by Carolyn Sparks. So, How to Marry a Millionaire Vampire, Vamps in the City, The Undead Next Door, All I Want for Christmas is a Vampire. How true is that? Secret Life of a Vampire, The Vampire and the Virgin, Eat, Pray, Love, which is about a werepanther instead of a vampire, surprisingly, and Vampire Mine. And then up here, on the side, I've got some books that I just kind of shoved in where they didn't fit anywhere else. So I have the Windseeker. So green one is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. It's the first in the Chronicles of Narnia. I've read all of those, but I only own the first one. I have Shabanu, which was a really good book. It was by Suzanne Fisher Sparks Staples. Wow. Has a lot of things about a different culture, so that was really interesting to read. I have Sue Monk Kidd's The Secret Life of the Bees. I have The Empress's New Clothes by Jade Black. I have The Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott O'Dell. And down at the bottom, I have Deep, Dark, and Dangerous by Jade Black and Dark Embers by Tessa Adams. I didn't really like this book, I have to say. I thought I would, and I really didn't. Then over to the last shelf of this bookshelf, I have the first 2 in the Land of Elan books, The Dark Hills Defied and Beyond the Valley of Thorns by Patrick Carman. I have the Ink trilogy by Cornelia Funk, or Funk, I don't really know. Inkheart, Ink Spell, and Ink Death. I love those books. I read the first one when I was like a kid, and I kept going with the series. I have Nobody's Princess and Nobody's Prize. I have Deborah Cook's YA spin-off of her Dragonfire series, which really excited me. So Flying Blind and Winging It for the Dragon Diaries. I have the Heir trilogy, the Warrior Heir, the Wizard Heir, and the Dragon Heir. And then I have all of my Harry Potter books by J.K. Rowling, obviously. I have the Tales of the Beetle in the Barn up here, if you can't see it. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I lost my hard copy of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, so I'm using one I got at a garage sale for like 50 cents right now. It's really bad. I need to replace that at some point. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. One of my favorite series of all time. So that is my second bookshelf, and now I just have the last place, which is actually like a tub of books. So we'll go there next. Okay, so I'm at the last place, which is a tub of books up here, and then some on the side, like my manga and a box that I have. So we'll do those first. I have George R.R. Martin's first 4 books from A Song of Fire and Ice series. So Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast for Crows. I haven't read these yet. I've read this one. So the first one was really good. I hope the other ones are just as good as it is, because it was a very complicated political type book. I have my few mangas. I have editions 10 through 14 of Fruits Basket. I read the first 9 volumes online, and then you couldn't buy them as ebooks anymore, so I got those. I have the first 4 of Fushiage Yuki, which is a really good series too. And I have Fushiage Yuki Ginbu Kaden, the first one, which is the prequel series, which I might actually like more this one. I have the first edition of Peach Girl's Say Story. If you've read Peach Girl, is the evil person in it. And then I have the Blood Relations series spin-off of Blood Kisses, and the artwork's really pretty. It's kind of like gothic, so I like that. Okay, so now we can go on to my actual tub, and I'll probably just like take books out of it because it's easier for me. So on top I have my Bible, which I've like got favorite verses pinned and stuff, so I'll just set that up on my shelf. I have Perfect Chemistry and Rules of Attraction by Simone Elks, which I really like. I'm reading her third one, Chain Reaction, right now. I'm, like that far in? It's really good. I have Zombies versus Unicorns, which is by all of these different authors. That looks so cool. I have the Demon Trapper's Daughter, which is upside down, and Nightshade by Andrea Creamer. I have this cute little journal just to write in with the Hogwarts crest, so I really like that. I've got some classic books here. I've got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. They're kind of falling apart, sorry. I've got Heidi, which I read a lot as like a kid. Got War and Peace, the cover's falling off, and I've got Lord of the Flies. Cover's falling off of that one too, but I've read them several times because they're really good. They're like my favorite classics. Got a dictionary, really exciting. Our school has this thing where they get rid of books in the library nobody's reading every year. So that, I didn't steal these, they're from my school's library sale, but they're really good. I have Once Upon a Stiletto, which is like a Cinderella office story. That was really cute. And then I have Mercedes Lackey and Larry Dixon's other fantasy series together, which is the Griffin series. So there is the Black Griffin, the White Griffin, and the Silver Griffin. That was really good. Not as good as the Owl one, though. I have Real Beauty. My mom got me that. I'm Not Leaving, which is a book about a man who stayed in Rwanda during the 1993 genocide. I've got God Rocks. I got that as from confirmation. Death of a Salesman, played by Arthur Miller. Jane Eyre. I love Jane Eyre. Oh my gosh, that is one of my favorite classics. Romeo and Juliet. Probably my favorite Shakespeare. Little Princess. Tracy Kidder's Strength and What Remains. We did a project on this earlier this year, and I liked it so much that I actually went out and bought my own copy because it's a really good book. So that's a really good book if you haven't heard of it. Animal Farm by George Orwell, and Steinbeck's Grapes of Wrath, which is all taped up. I have Aftershock. I have no idea who wrote that. And it was like a quarter, so I got it. Eon, which is a really good adventure book. It's by Alison Goodman. It's kind of like a more badass Mulan. I have the first of the Daughters of the Moon series, Goddess of the Night. I have 15 modern American poets, which I've scribbled all over because I like poetry. I have the Spark Notes for Animal Farm because I did a project on that. I have just a book about growing up. Have another library book I got, which has some short stories about princesses, because I used to be really big on fairy tales. I have a copy of The Third Vampire Kisses, because I have it in the bind-up up there on my shelf, but I have that there. I have the Fellowship of the Ring, the first in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Brought all the books. That's the only one I own, though. I have a cookbook for Slovenian cooking, because my family has some Slovenian ancestors. Got a Soul Journey book, so a book on spirituality, spirit, religion. I have the Illuminatus trilogy by Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson. Includes the Eye in the Pyramid, the Golden Apple, and Leviathan. So that's pretty cool. I think the cover is really pretty. I have Last Child in the Woods, which is about social communication with all the new technologies and stuff. I've got a phone book. Awesome. And I've got my two bigger books. I've got Dating the Undead, which is co-written by Gina Showalter and Jill Monroe. And it's really cool. It has all these different, fantasy, paranormal guys. It's so neat. And they have, really awesome ads in here and stuff. I would find one for you guys, but I don't know where one would be. Maybe... No, that one's not cool. Oh, well, it's a really good book. It's really funny, so you might want to check that out. And then I have the playbill from How to Succeed in Business, which my dad and I saw in New York over the summer, with Daniel Radcliffe was starring in it. So that was really cool. Yeah. So that was good. And that concludes the books I have. So, yay!